Homeland Security to protect yourself during any radiological event. Hand crank shortwave AM/FM radios. Everything that we've researched and found to be the best is available at InfoWarsShop.com, and your purchase makes our InfoWar possible. We're getting prepared. Are you? InfoWarsShop.com.
Wait. Corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
This is an emergency transmission from FEMA Region 6 in occupied North America.
There is a war. It's happening now. It will decide the fate of humanity. The time to choose sides has come. We are the resistance. We are the InfoWar. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have open phones throughout this third and final hour of this Friday transmission. I will be back Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central live. And, of course, we'll be back tonight, 7 o'clock Central time with InfoWars Nightly News. I've got a ton of news coming up. Bathroom cameras in Russia. Oh, Russia's got its share of Big Brother problems. I'm going to tie that into Kentucky. Police set up eating while driving checkpoints. Illegal checkpoints. They just put the cop up there announcing the criminal activity like it's no big deal. We're going to talk about that. Brain implants hold promise for restoring combat memory loss. More news coming up. But first, your phone calls. Let's talk to Steve in Ohio. Let's talk about Bob Barr. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex. I've been following you since you first came out, bought your first video. I've been listening ever since you first started on the air.
No, you just reminded me. I said Bob Barr's not perfect. Under the heat and the pressure of it, he supported the Patriot Act. Later, he criticized it. I think that's one reason he left Congress. Next time he's on, I'll raise the Patriot Act with him.
Yeah, I would appreciate it if you could try to get the man who is running in my district, Congressional District 14 here in the state of Ohio. We have a real Liberty candidate who was one of 6 Liberty candidates, Tea Party candidates, that we managed to get elected. The Ohio Republican Party was coming after their seats. He was smart enough not to just get the petitions to get back on the ballot for his state representative seat, but he also got the petitions to run for Congress against David Joyce here in Ohio, who was given the ballot position for Steve LaTourette.
Sure. Well, just so you know, Bob Barr's a national figure. He's probably going to get back in. If he gets support, he'll be more of a libertarian. I think he's a good guy overall. He's done a lot of great work. I agree with you. He's done some things I don't like, and I should have raised that, and I'd forgotten that. Next time he's on, I'll bring it on. But if I remember, I've brought it up to him before, and he said, well, that was an earlier version, then it got changed, and it was the political pressure, and it's been misused, and now I believe areas of it should be repealed. In fact, I know he said that, and so that's why I kind of put that to bed in my brain as political. But here's the deal. I try to promote Campaign for Liberty. I try to promote a lot of people out there politically who are libertarians, and I just say support libertarians running as Republicans in your area. And talk about how important it is. The problem is I get besieged by folks that are going to run for Congress or run for State House. And my problem is if I can't remember what Bob Barr did that made me upset, how do I vet all these people that folks want me to have on? And then it just becomes a big political drumbeat. You see what I'm saying?
It did score 100% on the Campaign for Liberty questionnaire, candidate's questionnaire, when he was running for state representative. And he was forced basically to have to run for Congress against David Joyce because the Republican Party was coming after his seat because he would not toe the party line.
I know. The rhinos and the Republican leadership are there to absolutely keep people on a short leash. Look, the Republican establishment's gone after Bob Barr before. And that's what I'm telling you is they want absolute Boehner type, John Boehner types, who'll go play golf or whatever with Obama. Zombie or whatever his name is. I'm sick of it. Good to hear from you, Steve. It's just, I'm just saying, it would kill the show in short order if I started just having the hundreds of candidates on talking about what they're doing and this guy and that guy in the state. 95% of our audience, isn't in Ohio, and they don't know what you're talking about is the problem. So people just need to support those people in their areas. But, you know, we supported Rand Paul when he ran, Ted Cruz against Dewhurst, and, you know, all of it. And then as soon as they get in, it's a political fight to even get them on the show. I don't even need to get them on once they're in. Our ratings don't go up when I get them on. I'm trying to get them into office. That's the reason I'm having them on the show. I'm sure Bob Barr will come on once he gets elected. I can get Rand Paul on, too. Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our Immune Support Infusion Blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com. Introducing Pro One. All of your filtration in one system, portable, on the go. No more do you have 2 or 3 filters to just reduce sodium fluoride. You have a system that cuts out the sodium fluoride and up to 95% of hydrofluorosilicic acid. Advanced manufacturing technology combines silver-impregnated white ceramic with new Aquamedics advanced media for removal of fluoride and other heavy metals, all in one filter element. It is the only one that does it, and out of the gate, we have it discounted at 10% off with promo code WATER. This is the only system that in one unit helps reduce or remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, ammonia, and chlorine, hydrofluorosilicic acid, the most common form of fluoride not covered by other fluoride filter brands, and sodium hexafluorosilicate. Get your Pro Pure with the new Pro One filters today at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling 888-253-3139. The facts are in. The studies are legion. Sodium fluoride and other toxic members of the fluoride family are devastating the health and cognitive ability of the American people. So why are the social engineers adding it to the water? Simple. Dumb down the host population that the parasitic technocracy is feeding on. We may not have been able to get fluoride out of the water supply yet, but we can help to get it out of our bodies. I am extremely excited to announce the exclusive InfoWars Life Fluoride Shield formulation, fusing 6 of the best documented ingredients from around the world to help the body remove not just toxic fluoride residues from the body, but a whole host of toxic substances. Let's take a stand against the globalists by blocking their poisons with Fluoride Shield. I use Fluoride Shield every day. Secure your Fluoride Shield and other pioneering formulations at InfoWarsLife.com today. Let's start cleansing our bodies now and support the InfoWar at the same time. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
There have been times.
Every time that I look in the mirror,
All these lines.
all these
My
lines,
old face getting clearer. The past is gone.
the past is gone.
My life went by like dust till dawn.
It went by like dust to dawn.
Isn't that the way?
Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues in life.
And all my scars and tribulations now are treasure to me. Yeah, I know. Nobody knows.
Where it comes and where it goes. I know it's everybody's sin.
You've got to learn to lose to know how to win. That's simple, folks. And they don't want you to ever learn how to lose to know how to win. They don't want you to ever compete. They want you to live in a cage. There are more articles out today about how video games are brain damaging children. And I love how all the video game heads will get real aggressive and say, hey, my games aren't a problem. I can do whatever I want. And I'm like, fine, go ahead. I do stuff that's bad for me too. Eat too much, stuff like that. All I'm telling you is that if you play video games once a week for fun as a distraction, it's healthy. Studies show that. And they've got some games that teach you math and stuff like that. I'll let my kids play. But on average, it's destroying social skills. It's destroying the language. It's rewiring the brain. It's lowering IQ. It is a fact. And television does the same thing if it's not interactive. When I say interactive, our broadcast is really like a film book. We have articles, we have documents, we have video feeds. In radio, you have to image what I'm saying. That makes neural connections and increases IQ and cognitive function in every study. Look it up. Reading, you have to image it all, so that gives you a brain boost, even more than radio. Flat out, spectator television is so weaponized, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a new story. Video game leaves teenagers morally immature, a study reports. That's just an example. But I just love how video game folks, if they think you're even criticizing it, they get so angry. They get so mad. And they go, well, why are you in video games then? You're in a bunch of them. Not a bunch. I think I've done voiceovers for 3 big video games. A couple, they just stuck me in without asking me. But look, the whole point is, sure, put me in all of them. I don't care. The whole point is we're trying to take over the culture for liberty. We're trying to hijack things for liberty. Speaking of hijacking, Turkey, we're going to your calls. Turkey F-16 scrambled. How do you say the name of that Russian town? You think I'd know it. Sochi. Turkey F-16 scrambled to foil Sochi hijack attempt, AFP reports. Turkey scrambled a jet Friday to force down an airliner from Ukraine after a would-be hijacker on board to Sochi, where the Winter Olympics opening ceremony was underway. Turkish officials said. Turkish media reported the Ukrainian man brandishing a detonator, a thermal detonator, tried to gain access to the cockpit of the Airbus A320 aircraft operating by Turkey Pegasus Airlines. He was overpowered by security forces after the airliner landed at Istanbul's Sabiha Gökçen Airport. A Pegasus Airlines plane with 110 people on board had to land at the airport because of a passenger who threatened passengers with a bomb. And it could be a crazy, could be a real extremist, but it's probably a mentally ill, drugged-up person that an intelligence agency put on the plane. And because we know that with the underwear bomber from 4 or 5 years ago, that was completely staged. That came out. We had eyewitnesses that saw it, but it later broke, even in Congress on C-SPAN. And you've seen the Saudi intelligence saying we're going to bomb and attack the Olympics because you're not letting us have Syria. I mean, this is really a serious situation. And they have been hyping up that Russia isn't safe and the Olympics aren't safe to create fear and sell the idea that we've got to live in a police state to be safe, but also to discredit Russia. And not that Russia needs a lot of help discrediting itself. Old Soviet habits die hard. We've adopted them here. Russian official, CBS Radio reports, threatens that hotel surveillance video records you in the shower and in the toilets. And they said, so don't try to flood the buildings. Don't try to leave the water on. And don't pee on the floor. I'm not joking. This is what it actually says. Because we're watching you. And did you know for at least 15 years, they have cameras at highway rest stops in the toilets, like above the toilets. And they've gone in public schools the last 15 years, all over the place. And I used to tell people, like a local news article about it, back before this was well known, people would go, you crazy liar. There's not cameras in the bathrooms at high schools. There's no NSA spying on us. There's no need to fear. Big government is here. You can keep your doctor. If you have a business, you didn't build that. It's now Underdog / meets Marvin the Martian. Maybe that should be the new voice for Obama whenever we're talking about him. Family of woman who led cops on Capitol car chase suing police. Yeah, that poor woman ran into a checkpoint, got scared and ran. And